Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. Today's video is going to be my latest film reviews series video. I know it's been like a month since I last did an update, but as you can tell by the background behind me, I have moved back home, like uni's over for the year, and yeah, it's still like the past month was just kind of all hectic, and to be honest, I didn't really feel like filming a video because I had an exam, like I only had one exam, but it was my law exam, so I had to do that, and yeah, and then it was like I had to pack up my room so I could like move back home, and because like where I am, it's about 6 hours away, or 6 or 7 hours away, so yeah, and then so I've been like home for like 3 weeks, but to be honest, I'm kind of getting a bit bored because which is not good because I don't go back till February. But yeah, I ended up, because between that and that, I got my like final results, and I ended up passing everything this trimester because last try was a bit hit and miss with my results, but I ended up getting 2 credits and 2 passes, so I was quite happy with that, but yeah, so anyway, that's just basically what's been happening in the past month, so, but anyway, I thought I would finally get around to doing another video, and this one is going to be my reviews for what I watched over the month of October, because I actually managed to watch 31 horror films. They weren't all on one day, like, some days were double ups, and like some days I didn't watch anything, but in the end it all added up to 31 films, so yeah, so I thought I would just go through them. So the first film that I watched was Hellraiser. I'd never seen this film, but I actually really enjoyed it, and I loved Pinhead as a character, even though he needed to be in it more, because he only sort of appeared, what was it, slightly towards the end, but other than that, I thought it had a great atmosphere. Yeah, it was like, you know, quite bloody, but not to the point it really disturbed me, but I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, I wasn't really disturbed by all the blood and gore and everything, but I really enjoyed it. Like, it had a really tense atmosphere, and yeah, so I watched that. Then I watched Ghost Ship, which was not as good as Hellraiser's, nowhere near as good. Like, I think the film tried too hard. Like, it wasn't like one of those ones where it didn't take itself seriously. It was legitimately trying to be a scary, gory horror film, and it just did not work. Like, yeah, it was pretty bad acting, and yeah, and the characters were all pretty stupid, if I might say, but because I think, yeah, because just where like they had like the deaths and everything, like I think they were just putting them in there for the sake of putting them in there, like it didn't really serve a purpose. So yeah, Ghost Ship I will not be in a hurry to watch again, so and then I watched The Conjuring, which I had never seen before, but really enjoyed. Like, it was really tense, you know, and it had, yeah, it's like, I liked all the, like, the characters, and I thought it was quite interesting how they kept, like, where you had the investigators, and it kept jumping between them, and then it was going to the story itself, so I thought that was quite effective. And yeah, there was some like jumpy moments. Like, I mean, I wasn't like obviously like scared, but it was some parts were like really suspenseful, and I think, and it was, yeah, with and yeah, I just thought it was really well done. I haven't seen Annabelle yet, so I'm curious to know how. I'm curious to check that out, but I I probably won't be seeing it while it's in cinema, so but I do want to check it out at some stage. And then I watched Halloween from 1978. I have never seen any of up until that point, I'd never seen any of the Halloween films. I know. So I thought I had access to the film, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to finally check it out. And it actually surprised me, because I think over the years I've built up an idea of what like all these 80s slasher films are like they're really scary, they're really gory. Or like late 70s, because this one's technically not 80s, but I think I just had this built up in my mind that I would be too scared to watch it, but I watched it, and I mean there were some creepy moments in it, but to be honest I think it was kind of me just watching like an episode of Criminal Minds. Like it didn't absolutely terrify me. Like it was completely different to what I thought it would be like, but I did like it. It was again, like, it was quite suspenseful. I liked what's her name, Jamie Lee Curtis. I thought she was quite good in this, and yeah, so I don't know if I'll probably check out the sequels at some stage, but I did like the first Halloween movie, so yeah, I especially liked probably the last 20 odd minutes. I think they were really well done. Like when Michael's coming, like trying to get her, and she's like obviously trying to escape. Like I thought those scenes were quite effective, and yeah, so I did enjoy Halloween, like 1978 film. So, and then another first time viewing was The Lost Boys, and I had a lot of fun with this film. Yeah, it was just, yeah, I just thought it was just a lot of fun. And yeah, that's basically all I can really say about that one, but I did like it a lot. And then I watched Insidious, which was okay. It wasn't a particular favourite or anything, but it was watchable, and I do want to check out the sequel, because I do actually have a copy of that, but I never got around to it this past month. But because I think they're coming out with a third part for next year, but I don't know whether or not I'll get to watching it before then. But I did like it for the most part. And yeah, again, you know, some parts like it's quite creepy. The music was like really suspenseful, and yeah, so yeah, it was okay. So there's that one. And then I watched one of my absolute favourite movies, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I watch this every October, and yeah, it never gets old. I just love it. So yeah, and I've already talked about this film like many times, so I don't need to. And I'm sure everyone else has talked about this film as well, so. But yeah, and then I watched The Reef, which I watched for the first time a couple of years ago, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to revisit it, and it's still just as good, because basically The Reef it's an Australian horror film, kind of like Jaws. I guess it's Australia's answer to Jaws. But yeah, it's basically like these group of friends, they go sailing, or they go on a boat trip to the Great Barrier Reef, and their boat ends up being capsized, and they've like basically got a choice of either sticking with the sinking ship with no hope of a rescue, or very thin faded hopes of a rescue, because they haven't seen planes or anything for days. So there's no they've got no guarantee that someone's going to come and pick them up. And then after that, a group of most of them decide to actually, because their other option is to just swim for it. which, you know, middle of the ocean, shark infested waters, and that's basically the premise of it, because most of them decide to take their chance and swim for it. And of course, you know, basically this one, I think it's the same shark, it basically stalks them the entire way. So it's actually pretty well done, so I quite enjoyed it. And because I do actually have to thank Shannon, Underworld Angel 24, for recommending the film, because that's why I saw it in the first place, because I'd never heard of it up until she recommended it. So, but yes, I do quite enjoy that film. So and then the next one I watched was another one that's become sort of an October favourite, and that is The Cabin in the Woods, of course, by Joss Whedon. I just love it. It's, you know, pretty much, you know, all the horror, like cliches into one movie. And yeah, it's an interesting premise, because and I actually I have to say I do like Bradley Whitford in this film, because he's like one of the guys who's watching, because it's kind of I guess, yeah, one of the other guys, like, who's not who's overseeing everything. And I think his he's quite funny in this film. But yeah, I do enjoy Cabin in the Woods. Like, and then I watched The Thing from 2011, the prequel, I guess you could say, to the 82 film, and I actually enjoyed it, because basically what I did was I watched the prequel and then I rewatched the 82 film, so it was quite interesting to see how they lined up, because basically the prequel finished right about when the film, like John Carpenter's film, started. So and I think it for the most part it did quite a good job. So yeah, and of course I love the 1982 film. Like, I've seen, obviously, as I said, I've seen it before, hence the rewatch. But yeah, so that was quite an interesting, like, double. Well, even though I didn't actually watch it like the same. I watched it the same day, but I didn't watch it back to back. So, but then the next one I watched was Fright Night from 2011. With David Tennant, which, you know, I enjoyed. Like, I haven't seen it since I saw it in the cinema, so it was fun to revisit. And, you know, David Tennant in leather, can't really go wrong there. But I still need to see the 85 film, which has come out on Blu-ray here in Australia, so I need to track that down. Because I know it's like JB Hi-Five like released Fright Night and Christine on Blu-ray, because I know they were previously released, was it through Twilight Time or whatever that line's called, and I know that they pretty much sold out and they cost a fortune if you were to get one of those releases. But yeah, I do want to track those films, like get them eventually, but for now I just watched the 2011 Fright Night film. So, and then I watched 28 Days Later, which I'd never seen before, but I actually liked. Like, I thought, you know, for a zombie film, I thought it was quite well done. I completely forgot that Christopher Eccleston, I want to say his name is the Ninth Doctor. I completely forgot that he was in this film, so that was quite amusing to see. But yeah, I did enjoy it. So and of course I watched 28 Weeks Later, which had another which also had Robert Carlyle in it, who of course now plays Rumpelstiltskin on Once Upon a Time. So yeah, again, is yeah, quite amusing, like seeing, like recognizing like those people. Also, 28 Weeks Later had Jeremy Renner in it, because I was like, that looks like Jeremy Renner, and then I looked it up, and it turns out he was in the film. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, so I enjoyed both films because, as I said, I'd never seen them before. But yeah, so. And then I watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which I had never seen before, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a lot of fun. Like, basically, like, you know, you've got a group of college kids who go out in the woods. They run across these hillbillies, and you know, they think they're like they immediately think they're like these psycho serial killers, so they try and attack them, but it completely turns it on its head. But I enjoyed the hell of it. I loved Alan, what's his name? I can't pronounce his surname, but he plays Wash in Firefly. I can't, yeah, Alan Tudyk or something like that, but anyway, he was in it. He was great. And yeah, so I did really enjoy the film. And then I watched Little Shop of Horrors, of course, the musical. I love it. It's, again, a staple for October, so. And then I watched Jaws, going back to the Reef, because it's been a few years since I've seen it. Of course, it was like, but yeah, it's just great. Because until a few years ago, I had never seen this film, so of course I've now since corrected it. But yeah, I love Jaws, so it's I can't really add much else to what's already been said about the film. And then I watched Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton film. I love it. It's a really great gothic horror film, because of course I watched the like the TV show that's on Fox, because I love that as well. But yeah, and so it was very different, because of course having been watching that is very different to watching the film. But it's, you know, it's a great film, and I actually didn't realise Michael Gambon was in it, so that was interesting. Of course, was took over Dumbledore in the later Harry Potter films, so yeah, sort of going to these films and like revisiting films and recognising, like, you know, actors and actresses I didn't know were in it. It's, yeah, kind of been yeah. But anyway, then I did a rewatch of all 5 Resident Evil films. I was under the impression that the last one was going to be released this year, but it turns out it's not been released till 2016. So, yeah, I'm not sure when that changed, but I think at least at the start of the year it was intended. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was intended for a, like, release this year, but yeah. Anyway, I'd still rewatched it, because it's been a couple of years since I've seen it, and, you know, they're fun. Like, the films are just a lot of fun, so I like them. So, and then I also watched the Blade trilogy. I mean, I'd already seen Blade, the first film, but then I hadn't seen Blade 2 or Blade Trinity, and I like both of them. I know a lot of people don't really like Blade Trinity, but I didn't really have that much of a problem with it. I thought it was entertaining. So, but I probably did prefer Blade 2 to Blade Trinity. So, but I like, I mean, obviously Blade, the first one's the best one, in my opinion, but I liked all 3 of them, so, and yeah. And then I watched World War Z, which I saw in the cinema when it came out last year. You know, it's just, you know, I thought it's pretty good zombie thriller, I guess you'd call it. And of course, now it's also got Peter Capaldi playing a doctor in the film, which I completely forgot he was in it, and then I was like, oh hey, of course he's in it. So yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a very big role in it, but he's still in it. And also the girl who played Raina, I think that's her name, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she's also in that in those scenes as well, because she works there as in the film as well. So but yeah, so I rewatched World War Z, and then I watched Ghostbusters, classic. Of course, I've seen it quite a few times now, so, and I love it, so was in the mood to watch it again. I know they've come out with like Ghostbusters 2 on Blu-ray, but I only just picked that up. Like, I picked it up yesterday, so it didn't get in, obviously didn't get around to watching the second one in October, but yeah, but I did pick up Ghostbusters 2, but it just wasn't in the light, like it was after October, so I know I can watch these films like any time of the year really, but yeah, I just wanted to watch the first one at least. And then I rewatched Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street with Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter. I love this. I actually really love Sweeney Todd. Like both the stage version and the film. I've got that many cast recordings. It's not funny. Well, actually, I don't have the soundtrack to the 2007 film. I really should correct that. But I do actually really like Sweeney Todd, so and then I watched An American Werewolf in London, which I had never seen before, but I really liked. And yeah, I thought it was a different, quite, I guess, different kind of werewolf movie, but I did like it, so and then the last film that I watched in October was The Woman in Black, so it was a rewatch, but I think this is a really, like, it's a pretty interesting, well, not interesting, but like, it's suspenseful, and I do like Daniel Radcliffe in this. Like, I think he does a good job of carrying the film, because like there's not many like actors like in the film, like it's very minimal, and but I do think it's yeah, it comes across well, like being like the village, and I think the fear in that with like with the house, and I think that's really well done, and obviously the effects once you go in, the film goes into the house, it's really well done, because I think that's quite, you know, quite creepy. The music really plays up to that, and yeah, so I do like The Woman in Black, because I saw it when it first came out in the cinema, and then I've rewatched it, and I think it was back when I got the Blu-ray, which was in 2012, and then I decided to give it another rewatch because it's been a couple of years, so that was generally the trend. A lot of the films I chose to rewatch I hadn't seen for a while, like at least a couple of years, so, but yeah, so that was my effort this past October for Halloween. I managed to see some films I hadn't seen before, so, and of course got around to rewatching some films, and yeah, so yeah, sorry it's been a while since my last video, but as I said at the start, I just wasn't feeling inspiration to film. Like, I'd get an idea and then I'd be like, can't be bothered. So but yeah, so I thought I would come back and film what I've watched for like October or Halloween, and yeah, so next one will probably be another What I've Watched series, and I still need to cover like the TV shows that I've managed to watch over the past 6 months or so, but yeah, so there's still a few videos that I need to film, but I guess it'll just depend on when I get motivated. But anyway, so that's it for this video, and until my next one, I will see you guys next time. Bye!